All right, this is the next episode of True Wrestling Fan Discussions, continuing our retro pay-per-view review series. This is going to be WWF Survivor Series 2000. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank, man. Let's get into it. By this point, the competition between WWE and WCW is it's over.
It's over, yeah.
You know, they buried them. The funeral proceedings have started. Uh, this one was I would say, a lot better than 1999.
Well, it's not saying much, but yeah, I agree.
Well, it had a great main event. It culminated a year-long storyline. Although I'm sure a year ago at Night Survivor Series, when they ran Austin over, they had no idea who was going to play the the one that did it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean that much we know, but this actually is kind of the beginning. I mean, is it really the beginning of the Triple H and Austin feud? Because it goes on for a while. It doesn't
It,
end at
it,
this
it
pay-per-view.
started in '99, and
Well,
then
yeah,
then
but
it stopped. It was a
right,
brief in
right, right,
'99,
right, 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 right. But then
but
as far as this version of the feud, this
well,
was kind
you
of
can also put in the couple of times he had shown up on the pay per view
yeah,
when he Triple H fought The Rock. The time he felt he came on SmackDown and blew up the bus. And then this is where they when once Austin came back, because remember he fought at the previous pay per view against Rikishi.
hmm
Um, the rivalry, once he came and was active to wrestling, that's when it really hit, and it went all the way through No Way Out,
right.
and that's when we talked about loud at WrestleMania, and then Monday Night Raw. The following night is okay. You guys just fought for the last 6 months, and now you just put them together. I mean, that didn't make any damn sense. But as far as wrestling goes, yeah, once he
Yeah.
came back, that's when it got active and really hot. So let's kick it off. November 19th, 2000, Tampa, Florida, 18,602 on hand. Buy rate on this was pretty impressive, 400,000 at this point because ain't nobody watching WCW. Ross and Lawler doing the commentating. Opening match was a little weak to me. Steve Blackman, Crash Holly, and Molly Holly versus Test, Albert, and Trish Stratus.
TNA.
Yep, literally. Yeah, I thought it was a little weak. It was also
Yeah,
short. What wasn't nothing impressive. I thought maybe they could have made this into a Survivor Series match if possible. Maybe not. Who knows? You know, Molly with a top rope sunset flip on Trish, and that's how it ends. And she gets the pin. And she had just came on recently, not too long ago, as a character of the cousin of the Hollies. So again, no real backstory to her and Trish. And I mean, Blackman is the hardcore champion. Crash's cousin, Hardcore, has another match of his own. Just it didn't make any sense to me. That's all. So if it was the Hollies all together, then maybe yes. But Hardcore is going to be facing William Regal later in the night. Of course, in the back you had Kurt Angle, Edge, and Christian all doing their thing. I used to love these little skits that they did. Man, it was funny. You know, they were like, you know, we can't get you back tonight. We have our own match. He goes, oh no, I got no problems dealing with the Undertaker. I just wanted to know if you guys wanted to go out and have an adult beverage at at the end of the night. You guys drink Molson, right? And they're like looking at him like he's weird.
yeah. Well, this was always fun. This was they made it a point about Kurt Angle's rookie year, how incredible his rookie year was. You know, him
Yeah,
winning I guess all the belts, right? He won all the
yeah.
belts, won the King of the Ring. Um, there's an argument to be made that Brock Lesnar's rookie year was more impressive just because he basically did everything within 6 months outside of, well, he didn't win the IC title and he didn't win the Euro title, right? But he went straight to the
And no tag. He
King
won
of the
the
King of the
King
Ring,
of the Ring,
obviously, and then went right to
the heavyweight title, Royal Rumble, and main event of WrestleMania.
right. Yeah, so it's
So
it's debatable.
Kurt was still
I would
missing
go
a
with
couple of
Angle.
things. I would too.
I would go with Angle just because he did everything, and
He's the only guy
Brock
to
skipped
be
steps.
yeah. He's the only guy to win to defend two titles in this
Yeah,
in
he
one
was the
match at
Euro.
WrestleMania.
He was the Euro Continental Champion.
He won the King of the Ring. Of course, you know,
When does he
thanks
get the
to
tag
Mick.
belt? Do you know when he gets the tag belt? I don't
It's
remember.
coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Trust me, this guy's got a lot of accolades coming to him, and in his first year, it was very, very
hmm
impressive. So after that skit, and I can't believe this guy's even still around at this point. Earlier, they showed Tiger Ali Singh,
Oh Lord Jesus. We thought we were done
and
with him on the
and
last review.
No, we ain't done with him. And the worst thing, lowdown. So now you got D'Lo Brown's left Mark Henry and Mosh, who's now Chaz, has left the Headbangers. If they, because that's over with.
These
So
guys
they
are on
got
their
their own little
last.
tag team.
They're on their last legs.
Yeah, seriously, and especially when you do a skit where you can't even get in the building, and yeah, you're done. It's over. So next match on the card was a Survivor Series elimination match. It was the one Billy Gunn
Oh Jesus
with
Christ!
captaining China, K Quick, aka R Truth, who I swear to this day he still looks that way.
He does. You know, I'm watching this and I'm like, I forgot that R Truth was around in 2000,
Yeah, and he still looks the
and he
same way
still
now
looks
at
the
about
same.
48. Yes.
He's like the Highlander.
Yeah.
You know, like it's crazy.
He's on his way back from the injury he suffered last year.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, the guy still has it. He hasn't lost
Mm.
a step, but he looks younger than everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And,
amazing.
and then, of course, they put him in the tag team with Road Dogg, which really didn't last that long. But it was funny to kind of see a DX reunion here, especially when they
Yeah.
got in the ring and
China
Road
was.
Dogg and Billy Gunn did the DX slap. And of course, China's, with Billy because now, Eddie betrayed her. And now here
Uh,
comes Billy Gunn back from injury. Oh, I'm here to save the day. You're funny. So, but they're facing the Radicals, Intercontinental Champion Eddie Guerrero, Light Heavyweight Champion D. Malenko, Chris Benoit, and Saturn. This was not going to be easy for that team.
no.
And of course, what was weird to me was the first one out was China
China. See ya. Got a
by
paycheck.
by
Went home.
Saturn.
Got a paycheck. Went
Yep.
home. But she really had
Eddie,
no business being in this. I feel like.
well, with the storyline with Guerrero, that was about it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
You
just
could have had a
saying.
one-on-one match with them and been done with it.
She's there
You
because
could have
she's
done it
there.
on Raw.
She's there because of Triple H. That's why she was there. But I don't. I digress. I'm not gonna go down that.
Well, that slippery slope is coming to an end as well
Well,
because we all know what happens in 2001. Guerrero hits China with the belt and Saturn gets the pin, so that's how she's out. Guerrero quickly is out by a clothesline and a pin from Billy Gunn. That was weird.
the one Billy Gunn.
The look that I say he
God,
had
man.
not for the heavyweight title, but at least to put the IC belt on.
No, physically, I mean, he's tremendous. The guy's like
Yes.
cut up. He's a big dude. He's as big as Hogan. People don't realize how big Billy Gunn is.
And if you
And
watch AEW now, you'll see that
but
he's 59 years old
yeah,
and
but
still looking good.
he just he wasn't good on the mic, man. He had his character just wasn't. I've told you, I don't want to shit on the guy. You know, he's not as bad as Jeff
No,
Jarrett.
Rock did that enough.
Yeah, well, Rock buried him. Rock buried him. But it's annoying with Jim Ross because Jim Ross was always trying to get over Billy Gunn. I know that's
Oh
his
yeah,
job, but it's like every pay-per-view that Billy
he
Gunn's
was
on, he's like,
overselling it.
oh, he oversells this guy, man.
All right, definitely. So now we've got China's out, and now we got
See,
Guerrero out.
see.
Next one out is K Quick by Benoit, German suplex and a pin. And again, this is the only pay per view for the poor guy. And then he'll go on to TNA, become the heavyweight champion with the NWA title. And then in 2006, will make his return. And I'm telling you, man, the guy's never ending. And then next one out, Road Dogg by Saturn, a belly to belly suplex, bridge, and a pin. It was kind of weird, but Saturn pulled it off. So now Billy Gunn's got his work cut out for him. It's a 3-on-1 assault now.
It's uphill battle.
Yep. Malenko, however, was the first to go with the Famouser and a pin by Billy Gunn. But unfortunately, Benoit, uh,
Chris Benoit.
he took him out. Um, Billy Gunn went for a suplex on Benoit on the apron. Saturn tripped him and, of course, held the foot down, and Benoit got the pin. So Saturn and Benoit are the sole
Yeah.
survivors.
Billy Gunn tried. Billy Gunn tried.
So for now, Saturn is still winning and it's kind of still on
Yeah.
top until Moppy comes around.
Yeah.
So after that, Lillian Garcia was trying to interview The Rock and couldn't, as he had just arrived. And of course, Michael Cole interviewing Chris Jericho about his match. They showed what happened with, pretty much with Jericho and Kane with the
Yeah,
whole coffee thing.
you know, I forgot about this. I completely forgot about this.
I,
Completely.
the only coffee skit that I remember was the whole Vince McMahon one.
Oh,
But this
here you're
one,
talking about, and in WCW, Bischoff and
yes,
Eddie. Yeah,
but
famous like
yeah,
promo.
yeah. But yeah, this one I forgot until I saw it again, and I was like,
Completely forgot.
oh yeah, because Kane was having the doing the storyline with oh you're making fun of me, that it didn't burn you, did it?
Right. Yeah.
So now he's going to kick Jericho's ass tonight
Yeah.
later on. So next match on the card, in fact, was that particular match. It was Y2J Chris Jericho against Kane. This match was actually pretty good between
It
the
was fun.
two. Jericho has proved that to me, by this point, that he belongs in the main event.
100%. 100%.
And of course, Kane is still riding a huge momentum.
I didn't like when
When
Kane was talking though. I never liked I like when he was more silent, you know? I understand
one,
the character has to evolve. I get it though.
once the attire started
Yeah,
slowly
yeah, yeah. It's
disappearing,
disappearing, yeah.
yeah, it had to come.
Then because
It
then they
had,
said the scars were mental. There was mental scars. Remember initially
yeah.
they said, 'cause remember he had that thing whatever. Anyway. Nah, but this was a fun match. Just
Yeah, it was.
contrasting styles.
Yes. And as Jericho went for the moonsault, Kane caught him, choke slammed him, Jericho, and got the pin. I was kind of hoping that it went the other way and that Jericho could upset the Big Red
Yeah,
Machine.
me too.
However, Kane was dominant on this night and gets the victory over Jericho. But this will be not the last time we see these two going at it. So, and then following that in the back, Terry was in the back with the Radicals. Triple H met up with them, and
Right, right. Yeah, that's when
they
he's
all got this, the smile on their face and whatnot. However, we're going to find out later on what Mick Foley has in store for both the Radicals and Helmsley. And I never understood why after DX pretty much disbanded because of injuries, why they put Triple H with the Radicals.
I never got it.
He was with them, but he wasn't with them. Like
No, he was like
if he needed backup,
they
they
were
were
like
there.
mercenaries. They were basically like mercenaries. They were hired guns.
Yeah, like the APA almost.
Yeah.
So next on the card, this one didn't make any sense to me for the European Championship. William Regal defending the title against Hardcore Holly. Um, Match to me didn't. What's the word I'm looking for? But I don't want to say it stunk. Well, it did.
Yeah. He's not the man's man anymore though, at least.
No, he's the I'm gonna wave at you, say please and thank you, and all this nonsense on the microphone. While Hardcore Holly's gonna come out and beat the hell out of him.
When does he become the commissioner? How long out? I don't remember like
Oh, it's coming right now,
oh
pretty
okay,
much. In
okay.
2001, he was commissioner,
Okay. That was funny. He has some good skits.
especially the one with Chris Jericho
Yes,
leading to
yes,
WrestleMania.
yes, yes, yes. That was good stuff. Yeah.
Now, Hardcore Holly was coming back from the severely broken arm. You can actually see the scar on his
Mhm.
arm from the injury. During the match, and I'm pretty sure this was planned because you see Regal constantly going after the arm
Mhm.
of Hardcore Holly. So finally, he couldn't take it anymore. Holly hit Regal with the European title and gets disqualified. And then, of course, after the match, Holly was beating down William Regal. So Regal wins by DQ. Again, we could have did this the night after on Monday Night Raw. So the next segment they had was in the back, and this was funny as well. Kurt Angle and Trish Stratus. She's like, if you need any help, and oh my god, Kurt, the gimmick that he was playing, it was, oh Kurt, you're so cute, but yet so dumb. But whatever, what are you gonna do? And then of course the video package for The Rock and Rikishi.
Uh,
I did it for The Rock.
yeah,
Oh my god.
I forgot the part where um Rikishi said that The Rock called him. That he made the phone call to him to basically like attack Austin or whatever, right? That was the stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot that part for some reason. I mean, a lot of the stuff like I said, I haven't seen it in years, but I think The Rock actually did a good job though of uh, this feud. He did a good job getting Rikishi over to a degree, even though Rikishi's character was done once they turned him heel. But in terms of the in-ring stuff, I thought
Yeah.
he did a good job making Rikishi look like a powerhouse. So this feud actually wasn't terrible, even though
It would have worked if it wound up meaning that Austin was going to feud with The Rock coming back and not Triple H.
yeah, it's just
Because Triple H saying that he was the accomplice with Rikishi, that's more benefiting Triple H in 2000 than it would be The Rock. If you're gonna add the Rock into it, saying, "Oh, he called me and told
didn't
me to
make any
take him out,"
sense.
then you'd have to put the three of them together.
It didn't make any sense.
No, it didn't. So if it would have just been Rikishi saying, "Yes, Triple H called me and told me to take care of this," and The Rock getting insulted because of the
They
bloodline
were
family
just
member,
I
then that is
they
more
were just
believable.
they were just throwing shit at the wall at this point, dude. Like if I felt like certain as good as wrestling was in 2000, like there's some stuff that I scratch my head. I'm like, why did they do that?
It's but like especially this.
Yeah.
Like, well, I guess they figured, oh, we have a year to figure this out because he's not going to be coming
Right,
back.
right, right.
I mean, we all knew Triple H was going to have something to do with it,
Yeah, yeah.
but throwing Rikishi in there and then throwing The Rock
And
in
then
for
throwing the
for just
rock
for
at
a
a
match for these
right,
two
right,
to
right, right,
have
right, right. The match was good though. We'll get into it.
it.
But
It was, because that's actually the next match on the card: The Rock versus Rikishi. Now you've made Rikishi the heel. All of a sudden, now you're making him look bad in the ring. And this is where the start of burying his career. That when all of a sudden he comes back, he's got the too cool music and he's back to normal. Everybody was like,
it's
What are we watching here?"
yeah, they already they messed it up, man.
Then they
Once
tried to put him in the tag team with Haku. When he came back,
um
oh no, it was just
because
over.
he was on, I mean, we spoke about this before, but he was on fire prior to that heel turn. He was on fire. He
Yes.
was over. One of the most over baby faces in the company. Finally Rikishi got over. And then they come up with this brilliant idea, oh, we'll turn him heel, and they just that was the beginning of the end.
Again,
But
if he did it the other way, it might have worked. It might have saved him.
yeah, I just don't know. But
But this just buried him.
either way, I thought this match was good. It was entertaining. The Rock did a great job selling for him all the moves and
Oh
stuff.
yeah. As soon as the match started, he got a chair and said, "Let's
Yeah,
do this hardcore,
yeah, yeah,
baby."
yeah. It was this was a good match.
I like the fact he got a stink face from Rikishi. He was kicking his ass. Um, the only thing I didn't like was he wins it by the people's elbow and pins him, not a rock bottom. That was that because you look at the size of Rikishi, and you couldn't kick out of that. I mean, come on.
I agree.
That,
Just that you know what it was?
that's the
The
bad
people
part of the match.
the people's elbow was so over though, man. At
I
that point,
know
it was so over. That was
it was. Now, Rock, like JR said, Rock won the battle but lost the war because after Rikishi with a super kick and four bonsai drops on the Rock, at this point it
they're
was
still
done.
trying to keep him. They're still trying to keep him strong. That was what they were trying to do with Rikishi at that point. But you buried the guy. Like I don't want to. We could go on and on about
And then the following month, they're
it.
going to throw him off the Hell in a Cell into a hay truck.
That was crazy. I remember that
Yes, it
spot.
was.
That was
Yeah,
crazy.
that was insane.
Yeah.
So burying Rikishi part two has happened. Part one was when Austin literally whooped his holy ass. And if it's really going to be Rikishi, that was the thing. Then they should have just kept that feud with Austin going. But it was a
You
one
should
and
have put the
done.
belt on him. You should have put the belt on him.
Something, yes.
If you're gonna go this far with Rikishi, I think you should have just put the belt on him. Even if he cheats to get the belt, put it on him for a pay-per-view or two.
Beat The Rock once he got
Yeah,
it.
why not? Why not? Like, because
I agree.
all right, we'll
We
do
could
a
be here
Rikishi episode.
forever.
We'll do a Rikishi episode later on for those that
Oh
want to see
Lord.
that.
So after that great match, they showed WWE New York in Times Square. Raven was there, all smiling for whatever reason. I don't even ask.
He's got a job, man. He's
For
happy.
now. And then they showed Austin showing up and Triple H and the Radicals in the back again. This is where McFoley tells Triple H that the Radicals are barred from ringside. Which if you look at it, they start laughing when you watch the match, and at that one particular point, now you know why they get involved. But hey, you said we couldn't be at ringside, and his match was now a no disqualification match, which I thought they should have just made this a no holds barred match.
Should have,
Period.
should
When
have.
they signed it. So, that's not even bothering Triple H because, again, they all have a game plan for later on tonight. So, next is for the women's championship, Ivory from Right to Censor, hated that group, defending the women's title against Lita. And they had showed last Thursday Ivory hit Lita with the title and whatnot when they had a match. Now, during this match, Lita got severely busted
Got
open
cut. Yeah, it was real. That was up. That was
right
by
hand by
accident.
Lita
By accident.
Ivory. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And she really couldn't see through the eye, but
Credit to her. She fought
she,
through it.
yeah, definitely. Now all White Sox came out during the match. Steven Richards, Lita took both of them out. Now
Stevie kick.
the referee was distracted by Richards at this point. Ivory had gotten the belt, but Lita had counted it at least at that point. When Lita went for the moonsault, uh, Ivory kind of got her knees up in the air, but at the same time she had the belt to where Lita hit it, and then Ivory got the pin and kept the title against her. So Ivory has defended it successfully. Lita got a standing ovation from the fans in this one because again she fought through probably not even be able to see through that eye. And she didn't even make it out for the Hardy Boys Survivor Series match later on. So they probably could have used her at that point. Next, they showed the coach, who, by the way, I heard never will go back to WWE. Oh, thank you. The coach outside Rock's locker room saying that Rock is coughing up blood. You know, he's trying to get a word on exactly how he is. And then also in the back, Jericho attacking Kane with a chair. These two are not done yet, not by a long
Mhm.
shot. And then the video package for the next match on the card, which was the Kurt Angle defending the WWE title against The Undertaker.
Not the main event.
No, and again, this I don't know. Well, in this instance, maybe you can make an argument of why Austin Triple H is, but in a way, it should still be the main event.
It's just the way the main event.
It's The Undertaker. I mean, he's
They
been
just
this
pick
is
and
this is
choose.
10 years.
The thing is, they just pick and choose when the title has to be in the main event. You know what I mean? They just pick and
Yeah.
choose.
And it's a shame because, not a whole lot of people expected Kurt Angle to be WWE champion,
Mm-hmm.
but he is.
Yes, yeah.
The Undertaker's 10 years of destruction.
Yeah,
He wants he
they
wants the
made
belt.
they made it a big point that it was 10 years, a decade of destruction, and you got the impression that he was going to win the title tonight. That was
I
the
was kind of hoping
impression.
he did.
Yeah, I thought he was going to win.
You know, now the beginning of the match, it was really funny because he gives Kurt Angle the chair, tells him to go ahead and use it. Because he's gonna whoop his ass anyway. Despite the size and the weight difference, Kurt Angle always held his own against the
Oh
Undertaker.
yeah, yeah.
Even up until their last pay per view fight in '06 for the World Heavyweight title, he handled himself pretty well. Um, I like the. It was funny when Edge and Christian came out to try to help him. Taker took both of them out. Now the really funny
Mhm.
part of this match, Angle goes under the ropes, under the apron. Taker goes, grabs him, brings him back into the ring, and then gives him the last ride, goes for the pin. Ref counts 1, 2, and then all of a sudden decides to look at his face. It's not Kurt
It's
Angle.
not Kurt Angle, yeah.
It's his brother. So all of a sudden, here comes Angle back into the ring, rolls up the Undertaker, holding his pants for the momentum, and gets the pin over the Undertaker. And um, after Kurt got in the car and fled the arena, meanwhile he leaves
Yeah,
his brother high and dry.
yeah. I mean, it's
I
kind
thought
of
that was a little cheesy.
it was a cheap end. That was a cheap ending, man. I understand. Maybe you want to try to still keep the Undertaker strong, so he got cheated basically. Did you notice Undertaker had those were Godfather's pants he wore because he lost the story behind the story is that he lost his luggage, I think, his gear at the airport, so he had to borrow the Godfather's pants. That's why he has like shark skin pants on. If you notice, he doesn't
Yeah,
have
because
his
he's
regular.
never worn those
Yeah,
before.
he was the god. He had to borrow Godfather's pants. Yeah. Um.
It didn't look right for his.
Yeah, do what he had to do.
Exactly.
But yeah. I mean, the match was good. The ending, like you said, but
Was this also what the lead up to this? Was this also when Undertaker had the Harley and Kurt Angle comes up to him like a little moped or something?
I
Or was
don't
that
know.
was that later on?
I think that's later on because then they become friends, right? Remember, he's like,
I think that was part of it.
he's got the bandana. Kurt Angle's got the
Yes,
American
yes,
bandana. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. That was okay. That was 2001.
yeah.
Okay, that was
That was
hilarious.
funny. That was good stuff. Yeah.
Next on the card, we've got a Survivor Series match. We've got the Dudleys and the Hardys teaming together against Edge, Christian, and the WWE Tag Team Champions Bull Buchanan and the Good Father. Another guy's career who they killed.
You know what's funny? I completely forgot that Right to Censor actually had the tag team championships.
It was embarrassing. It really
Completely,
was.
completely forgot.
Well, first one out in this one was Matt Hardy by
So you know,
Edge. Edge with the Edge-matic, the pin after Val Venus got interfered in the match. Next one after that was Devon Dudley. So now the team is really suffering by Christian, the unprettier, and the pin. So now they're quickly down 4-2. Buchanan, next one out by Bubba Dudley. Pin after Edge accidentally speared Buchanan. There was like a lot of accidental stuff going on between those two teams. Next out was Edge by Bubba Dudley. It was an elbow and a pin after Christian accidentally splashes Edge. What are we doing here, guys?
Christian,
Oh,
Christian.
Lord.
I always like this theme song, man. I told you. I'm gonna say it again. I think Christian was better than Edge. I might be in the minority. I don't care. I have Christian over Edge, man.
Argument could be made. So next one gone, Bubba Dudley by the Godfather, Death Valley Driver in the pin. So now Jeff Hardy has got a uphill battle, a 2-on-1 match here for him. Wasn't that hard though. Christian, next one out by Jeff
So,
Hardy with Swanton on the pin. And then Good Father by Jeff Hardy again, pin after Val Venis accidentally clotheslines the Godfather. Like I said, there are a lot of miscues here and everything. Jeff Hardy is the sole survivor of this one. Congratulations to him.
all right, Jeff.
And then, of course, after that, Right to Censor attacking Jeff Hardy. The Dudleys and Matt came back. They all took out RTC. This is funny because Bubba got the tables. They've got two tables for this one. Matt leg dropped Val Venis through one, and Bubba bombed Riches through the other. So great to see RTC got knocked on their ass during this one. And now on to the main event. They showed the whole video package for Austin and Triple H leading up to this, how it was mysterious, all of a sudden like an air conditioning thing almost fell on Austin. All this stuff, like Austin, you better watch your back and everything.
Of course, the year before with the car and all of that, and how he benefited, how Triple H said he benefited.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It should have been Rikishi, Triple H thing here, or even the Radical. Well, you couldn't do them; they weren't there. He's the one that benefited from this, not The Rock. Because look who the one that went to WrestleMania, kept the title mostly through 2000. Yeah, Rock had it, but then lost it to. I mean, come on, it was Triple H that benefited. So yeah, naturally, it should have been this feud, and not adding The Rock into it, unless you're going to put them together. But in any event, we've got a no disqualification match: Stone Cold Steve Austin versus the Game Triple H. Man, I'm really surprised Austin came out of this thumbs up saying that his neck wasn't hurting after this, because, man,
there's some bad bumps, right?
This could have been a one and done pretty much. They took this everywhere, through the crowd, in the back, through the announce tables. He's drinking beers, sitting there, having a good old time. Triple H busted open. I mean, they left it all out there during this match, and it kind of ended to me in a weird way, because they go to the back. Now, the second time, Austin gets jumped by the Radicals. Triple H is going to the outside. He gets into a car. He's going to run down Stone Cold Steve Austin for a second time. So all of a sudden, they can't. The Radicals are out there. They can't find him. Triple H is, Austin. All of a sudden, he comes with a monster forklift. He picks up Triple H in the car, and then drops him, I'd say about, what was that, 20, 30 feet maybe? And that's how it ends. A no contest. What is this?
Yeah.
Drag his ass out and pin him.
Right.
If he was still in the car. We all know he probably wasn't.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
When this happened. I was no contest?
Yeah, we're ending it, because then you just see Austin walking back to the arena, and that's it. The night's over.
Yeah. It's a weird ending. Fun match. But
it was. And then, of course, don't forget, they're gonna have that 3 stages of hell match on the way out.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna put them together.
2-man power trip.
I didn't like it. Hated it. I thought these guys should be feuding.
I agree.
Besides Austin Rock, Austin Triple H was second as far as second or third as far as best feuds.
I mean, I hated Austin as a heel, but the 2-man power trip was kind of cool. I would have liked to have seen where that was headed, but unfortunately, Triple H blows his quad, so we'll never know. But
could have helped during the invasion, but then everybody was getting hurt.
Yeah, the invasion.
We've already said it's garbage.
But this pay-per-view, it was pretty good. It was fun. Some of the endings were kind of wacky, but overall, it was an improvement over the prior year, which I guess is not saying much, but still.
Not when your competition is throwing out there what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, that's our review. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys soon.
Take care.